team. I'm going to
now we're starting to flip it up. Oh,
all right.
live.
Shh. All right. We're just talking.
prepping.
We're just prepping. That's all. Cracking jokes.
Always
Not
cracking
safe
jokes.
for live TV.
No.
All right.
Definitely
Hey,
not.
it's Joey Walker. Here, come on, get
Everyone.
Yeah,
I know,
it's
blocking the
Joey.
border.
That's okay. They don't need to see that yet. And Steph Dupuis with Dupuis team at Keller Williams West Sound. And I'm bringing you the weekly stats, Kitsap County housing stats for the week of May 25th through the 31st, wrapping up the month of May. And so this will be fun. And as one of our friends, Amy, says, we're going to do house math today. Little house math.
Everyone loves house math.
We like house math. And with our house math, we're going to talk a little bit. We have the question of the week this week, which is, God, it's a hot seller's market, right?
Huge.
And what do the sellers keep asking us? They keep asking us, do we even need to?
Do any work on the home?
Right. I mean, God, houses are selling themselves. So can't we just throw that thing out there and it'll just
Sell itself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We'll talk about that, huh?
Depends.
Yeah, it's depending more and more because we're seeing some numbers that are telling us that might not be as true as it was maybe a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get to the numbers, to the house math. All right, so only 96 homes on market new listings this week. Only 96 new listings this week, down from 137 last week. What did we think that might be about?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a holiday weekend or something. Maybe people want to take the weekend off, or who knows.
Yeah. Somebody was barbecuing.
Yeah.
They didn't get their house on
They saw
market. That's
the-
probably what happened is people were busy
Yeah.
doing
They saw the weather and
hanging
said, you
out.
know what, let's just wait another week.
We're going to go play around of golf. They didn't get their house up on time. So I'm suspecting maybe next week we're going to see more homes on market. We'll see. Okay. So then here's a number that's been creeping up. We don't talk about this number much, but we're watching it. And it's just been creeping up steadily like this for a couple months actually. And that is list price reduced. And as Joey pointed out, list price is what, Joey?
Well, list price is just the price you pick when you go live.
Right. It's the price that the owner is asking for, right? Like, I'm going to sell my house for $500,000. That's what I'm going to ask somebody to pay for it. That's called the list price. Okay. So, list price reduced would mean?
Essentially, they put it on the market at this price. It didn't get much attention for a reason. Now let's just bump it down to get some more attention.
Right. So when the market's super hot, we tend to see sellers, and we're running into these folks right now, or we're meeting with them, and they say, hey, it's so hot right now. Can't I just ask for the moon, and if nobody bites, we can just reduce the price until we get fish biting on my price? We've heard that, haven't we?
Lots.
Lots.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd say 90% of my listing meetings have
Yep.
some version of that
Yep.
question.
Yeah,
So-
word spreads that it's just crazy out there, so they
Yeah.
said let's just put it up at whatever price and
Well,
see what happens.
I think another thing that happens is we hear that the market's so hot and they get on Zillow, or if you've been on Redfin, and my fellow Redfin buddies are going to maybe not be happy with me for saying this, but Redfin has 3 numbers on their site right now because a couple sellers we met with pointed this out. They have one number that says estimated value, let's say it's 400, and then on the side of the screen they said, call us to see what your home will sell for, and there's a different price range, and so the sellers are confused. They'll call us and they'll say, hey, what is it? One says 400, the other one says 450 to 550, and I want to sell my house for 550, and then they start getting excited, thinking they can sell it for 550. That's an extra 150,000 in their pocket, and they're dreaming at night.
Yeah.
That
I don't blame them.
that they can. Yeah, I mean, let's go to Vegas and let's go to Hawaii. So, so sellers naturally want to price it at this higher range.
Zillow says it's 600. That's what I want.
That's what I want. Okay, and they think that we're trying to lowball them. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to actually sell their house. So 19 home sellers this week had to reduce their their home prices. So that can mean one of two things. Either sellers are super aggressive and thinking that that's gonna, they overprice their house, or it meant that the market's shifting. I don't think it's the latter. I don't think the market's shifting yet. There's too low of inventory, too many buyers. I think it's more an issue of sellers who didn't
just shoot for the moon and
missed. right. Yeah.
Yes.
Bing. Okay. All right. Don't be one of those sellers. Just stop it. You're wasting your time and you're going to get less for your house. Google it. Okay. There. That's a pro tip. All right. That was easy.
That was good.
All right. Okay. Pending listings, 158. Can we read off the sheet?
Yeah.
158. And then 115 sold. So still 158 pending listings. That's a hot market. Lots of pendings and 115 sold. That's a super hot market. So sellers, if you bring the homes, they will sell. Plenty of buyers out there. All right, 232 homes on market.
That's good.
So inventory, creeping up a little bit, but it's still crazy low. We have a long ways to go to recover. like we're only at about 10% still. All right, 15%. So another thing we're noticing is we had 3 cancels this week. We normally have 0, 1, or 1 or so. And the canceled, we noticed there are notes in the listing that said they were all, 2 of the 3 were canceled because the sellers just chose to keep the house. We're only guessing here, but probably because they're,
maybe just a little scared, but they won't find a place or
Right.
whatever reason.
Right, or it's better, to keep the house, see what,
To see if it keeps going up.
going up or something. Okay, so buyers, sales price to list price, 108.19%, which means buyers, you need this number. That is, this is telling you that homes are selling for 8.19% above the list price on average. So you need to, if you're making offers right now and you expect to get it, you're going to have to offer on average 8% higher than the list price in order to secure a home, get it in escrow.
Yeah, easily.
Right. Okay, so let's go to our question of the week was sellers ask us in the listing meeting, hey, look it, I've got this house, it's in the condition it's in. Do I need to do anything? I don't want to do anything, and do I have to do anything to sell it? We got that question a couple times. You and I went to a couple listing meetings, and that flat out asked it.
Yeah.
No baseboards on the house. Paint was iffy. Okay, not much paint. And we got asked if they had to do anything. What? Let's go over that one.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's really a case-by-case basis, but
We're going to go over 3 things, and from the selling perspective, this is how you problem solve this. All right? So you have to ask yourself first, you need to ask yourself, how much money do you want to get out of this? No one has to do anything to any house. You can sell a house without doing anything at any time. There's no law that says you have to fix anything. Is that correct?
that's absolutely correct.
Okay, so you can just sell a pile of wood and dirt if you wanted.
You can even sell it with people living in it.
Right? Yeah, you can. You can really just sell about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But is that in your best interest?
Not if you want the most money.
Right. So that's first thing is how much money do I want to get and how much effort do I want to put in? Okay? And here's a good way to problem solve this and think through it. So Joey and I are talking, and first question we always bring up to sellers is, you're going to get the most bang for your buck first addressing financing issues. And what we mean by financing issues is,
Yeah, we have all these different ways of financing a house if you're a buyer, but if the condition of the home isn't up to the standards of those particular terms, you won't be able to get your financing.
Exactly. So, well said. So if I'm a buyer, Joey, and I have a FHA loan and I want to buy your house,
It has to meet the standards of the FHA, program and their
Great.
appraisals and all that. All that.
yeah,
stuff.
because if the appraiser comes in, the appraiser says, this house, we're not gonna fund this loan unless this house fixes certain things, then you're not gonna get your money as a seller. So it's in the seller's best interest to meet certain criteria. So here's the deal with FHA VA. Pretty much the rules are the same. It needs to be mechanics need to be working. You can talk to your realtor or broker, contact us. Contact us, we're really good. Okay, good mechanical condition, all working. Furnace needs to work, roof needs to have typically, 5 years or more. You can't have any exposed exterior wood. There needs to be paint over it. Inside, you can't have any, holes in the carpet, any holes in the wall, etc. So there's a certain criteria for FHA and VA. Same with conventional, there's a different set of criteria. And the reality is that while we're seeing more cash buyers and conventional buyers in this market, there are still FHA and VA buyers out there. And FHA and VA buyers, you want your house to qualify for FHA and VA because those buyers drive the price up and compete against the conventional. So cash buyer comes in and says, okay, you list your house for $300,000, they offer $300,000, and then FHA buyer comes in and goes, yeah, but I really want it, so I'm gonna offer $320, and the cash buyer goes, I'm not listing it to you, dude, $325, and then FHA buyer comes in and goes, $350, and cash buyer and a conventional buyer comes in and goes, screw that, I'm not losing to you, sucker. $375, right? And now you've got this bidding war going up, and the only way you can have a really productive bidding war is by making your house work for your FHA and VA buyers, okay? That's in the best interest of the seller. You still might sell to FHA and VA. I'm just saying, so I don't want to get into this whole like only using them to drive up a house price. However, it gets really, there's more complications to this because with the FHA and VA, you're going to have to make sure it's going to appraise for the price. With the cash, you're not going to have to deal with the appraisal. You're going to get top dollar though if you can get a house to qualify for all financing options, all terms. Okay, second thing then, after you have made sure as a seller that your house can qualify for all financing terms, you get the next bang for your buck doing what? It's an obvious one.
Yeah, just the most superficial things, know. Let's start on the surface here. Mm-hmm. Paint, carpets, and smells. It's the first thing you notice when you come into a house. Paint, right. Carpets, and smells. So right. What's it cost? A few $100s of paint in a weekend, and right. You can drive up your price $5,000 right. plus. I mean, we're joking. If I were to come here with $5,000 in cash, say, hey, paint this room, and you can have this. I think everyone would do that. Yeah,
a couple $100s of paint.
Yeah.
And in our example, we had a meeting this week and a listing where the exterior needed the, siding, had some chipping paint stuff, and it was a small house, and would literally take 1 to 2 days to paint it yourself by yourself, and and $200 worth of paint, the expensive type of paint, because it's just not that big of an area. And it would increase the sales price by $5,000, $10,000 easily. So that's your best dollar for dollar. Paint and carpet are your next best thing. And smells, here's the deal with smells. Address them. Investors love smelly houses and stinky houses because we know we can drive the price down. People don't like stinky houses, so get an honest opinion about smells and don't be offended. Be thankful if somebody tells you your house stinks so you can address it.
You don't know it stinks, so invite someone over to smell your house.
Right. All right. Okay. And then number 3 is miscellaneous. Number 3 is the knickknacks. Now we're putting the spit shine on the house. Okay. We're addressing the curb appeal, the front door, all that kind of stuff. And we're not going to get into that today. We really wanted to hit, do I need to do anything to my house? Well, it really depends how much return on investment you want to get. And your biggest bangs for buck are going to be financing and paint, carpet, and smells. All right, let's call it a day.
That was a good one.
All right. Stephanie Dupuis with Dupuis team at Keller Williams West Sound.
And I'm Joy Walker with the Dupuis team here at Keller Williams West Sound.
Thanks for joining us today. And this is Kids App Weekly Housing Stats. Please like, share, subscribe to our Facebook and YouTube. And we'll see. Tell your friends about this. Leave questions below. We'll see you right here next week, same time, same place.
All right. Have a good week.
Bye, guys.